How we doing, everyone? How we doing? How we doing? A little bit of an impromptu live stream. Lot going on, and we're going to talk about all of it. So I don't expect there to be a ton of people here because I didn't market this at all, and it's again not at the normal date and time. But needed to go live because we missed last week because of Bridge Builders, which was a great episode with Kevin Geary and Elvis from Bill Darius. So a lot going on. A lot of really interesting things going on. Just wanted to sit down for, an hour or so and kind of talk about it before I start packing to go to Germany that I haven't started packing for yet. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, leave it in the chat. Let me know where you're at, if you're watching, everything like that. Very interestingly, I have no idea how I sound right now because I have a brand new microphone. Hopefully I sound pretty good, but with all of the settings that come with the microphone in the software, and then in addition to the restream settings that I was playing around with, I hope you can hear me. I hope it sounds pretty good. If it does, great. Let me know. If it doesn't, let me know and I'll try to adjust it. But yeah, so a lot of interesting things going on. I'm just going to sit here and talk. People pop in, happy to answer questions, happy to chat. But I want to kind of make this my thought process for this is obviously cover a couple different topics, as you can see by the title and thumbnail. Like the main thing is I'm going to CloudFest. I'm going to Germany. Do I normally go to Germany? No, I've never been to Germany. Have I ever been to Europe? One time in like 2012, I think. I went to Italy, where my mother, grandmother, and everybody, and like that side of my family kind of like grew up to a degree. So yeah, I've only been to Europe one time, so this will be another. It'll be an interesting experience for me. I got a lot of good people that I'm going to be kind of like hanging around with, like the grade team and stuff like that. So it should be good. But yeah, it's a new thing for me. So I kind of want to just kind of talk about that, talk about the event a little bit, talk about my status at the event. I'm a media partner, so we'll just get into all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Steve says Elvis from Tupelo died in Memphis. Who's this imposter you speak of? Appreciate you, Steve. Thank you. Appreciate the sound check there. Yeah, Elvis from Bill Darius last week. That was an interesting episode. Lots of good stuff going on in WordPress and beyond right now. Let me see if I can. I want to again do like kind of an update thing. Like I feel like my life, so to speak, my professional life has just been like kind of like a whirlwind over the last, like really the beginning of this year. And it's for a good thing because I've tried to focus on like actually, again, for lack of a better way to say it, like actually making money, so to speak. And I've just done a lot of things and I kind of just want to update you guys on kind of where I'm going and obviously going to Germany, like, and where we're headed here. So that's really the point of this. So, um, yeah, where do we start? Got a bunch of notes. The new mic was the first one. Hopefully that's all good. So we're good there. And then let's kind of like just dive into it and we'll kind of just do a little stream of consciousness. If you have any questions, just let me know. But yeah. Um, quick updates, I guess, on like what we've done recently. I mean, there's a ton of shit to talk about, like YouTube wise, but I I've changed heavily. Again, there's too many things to talk about. The first thing is that let's just go down the line. So WP Town Hall with Kevin and myself, we switched to video format, and I think that the format of that is going to be like extremely rewarding and much better because it's not going to be just audio anymore, and it's not going to be on X, which some people hate X. I don't. I have no problem with X. I have a problem with how bad the user experience and user interface of Spaces is. It could be so much better, but it's not. So Kevin and I, along with Matt Medeiros, who was our first guest in the video format of this, I think this was episode 10, I want to say. Um, we chatted last week, or yeah, 4 days ago. Was that Friday? Yeah. And I'll drop that link in the chat if you guys haven't seen that at all. This one's over on Kevin's channel. We are simulcasting them, so like we're using StreamYard, so we're able to bring people in. And I think like that was our first one, so obviously it was kind of like a little interesting as far as the way that we actually kind of like marketed and went about it. But the idea there is that we use StreamYard for the actual setup of that to to kind of actually stream it. So me and Kevin are like, co-hosts in there. We have a guest. Generally, we're going to try to have a guest on every episode. This last episode was Matt Medeiros. And then we chat for, maybe like 45 minutes or something like that about, whatever the topic is. And then we open it up for community discussion. Now, if you've seen the town hall and its previous iteration in X Spaces, it makes sense because that's what that platform's built for. What we did here, though, is you can come on video, you can come on just audio, and you can literally like be on the show. So if you watch that episode, you'll see that we had a guy named Chris on there, really good at like SEO and all sorts of stuff. He's got some good insights there. Remkis also jumped in. I think we had some other people in there, but I don't know if we had like confusing. Like you don't need to go to StreamYard to watch it. You can watch it anywhere. But if you want to join the stream, then you can do that. So really cool stuff. And just a lot of interesting things that that we were chatting about there, and that was a good first episode. So super excited where WP Town Hall is headed. I think there's a lot of good conversations to be had there that are WP like WordPress and WordPress adjacent to moving forward. Plus, we're actually getting some people that are interested in sponsoring the show now, which is always nice because I love making content, but I also like making money. So there's a lot of good things there that we're headed in the right direction there. So that's WP Town Hall. That's the one thing that I'm working on. I'll actually bring up this as well, because if you go to my website and you go over to projects here, there is kind of just like this kind of thing that I put together on what I'm working on, because I sometimes lose track. But we got WP Town Hall, and then we have Bridge Builders. So Bridge Builders is with Matty Eastwood, and I co-host that with him and Brendan O'Connell. And if we head over to Bridge Builders, you obviously may know or may not know that we do this over on Matty Eastwood's channel, and we had Kevin Geary and Elvis last week, and then we turned around and we had Kraka and Ruben on for Oxygen and Breakdance. So that was another fun one. So if you guys are interested in those, I'll drop both these links in here, just if you wanna check those out and all that jazz. Let me see. I think that's gonna put like a weird playlist thing in there, but is what it is. I'll just drop this whole playlist in here. You guys can see the last two. But the point is that was an interesting one with Breakdance and Oxygen 6 because, Breakdance is newer, not too new, but like it's like newish. And then Oxygen 6 literally just came out. It's in beta. And that was a really interesting chat with the guys there about just kind of seeing how everything works and where Oxygen is currently at and all that. So so that was another little update there. As far as content goes, anything else? I missed last week's stream because we were doing the Bridge Builders episode. Do apologize about that. Obviously, this isn't the normal time. Some other random things that I just want to kind of like talk about because it's my channel. I can talk about whatever the hell I want. Is that I really feel like the reason I'm on this page like while I'm saying this is because I've done like a shift in the content that I consume. There's like a little bit more AI, a little bit less just like straight up WordPress content, because I've consumed an obnoxious amount of WordPress content in the last year and a half. And I feel like there's been these seasons of my life. I put out a tweet. I'll see if I can find it. But there's been like these seasons of my life where I have like gone through and I've learned like 80 to 90% of the things that I need to, like, I feel like I need to know in like certain, departments of my life. Yeah, here it is right here. Let me see if I can. Interesting. Okay, I don't want to reach up to 100K users by paying X. Okay, there we go. So this is to kind of summarize what I'm talking about. I've had a lot of seasons in my life where I rapidly go extremely deep on a subject area and then learn like 70 to 80% of what there is to know about it. Then I bank that info and continue to add more topic areas. So some examples: corporate life, personal finance, business entity creation, podcasting and media, cryptocurrency, golf, WordPress and web design. The next one is automation and AI. So my thing here is that I've spent a lot of time in the WordPress and web design agency, like realm, and I'm not leaving, but it's like I need to like bank that and I need to like think about, okay, now that's a good skill. I have that. I have a lot of knowledge there. I probably know more than a lot of people in that domain because of how hard I go like learning this stuff. Now I need to go figure out this one because this one's like the absolutely next one. Automation already, AI already, but like leveraging those things, not in the buzzwordy bullshit way, but in the actual way where you can make businesses money. And I can get on to a little bit more about this, but I've already pitched these types of services to clients in this domain, and they're fucking extremely excited about it because like like depending on who you guys deal with, I feel like the clients that I've dealt with to this point, like they know that they need a website or they feel like they need a website, and that's great. We can do that. That's no problem. We can build it and we can maintain it. That's awesome. But that doesn't really like generate any revenue directly for them. And I've always struggled with that. And now I'm starting to realize that I have the skills in order to generate revenue for them. And it's in a couple different ways. One, it could be in saving them money with like automation and like, AI type flows and things like that on their business process side or lead or funnel side or whatever. And then the other way is that we could just make them more money by getting more eyeballs on the thing, whether that's SEO, which is kind of like not the first thing I would choose anymore, pay per click, or some sort of like other like outreach marketing strategy, like whatever it is. My point is, I'm just like I've found some other creators and some other people that are doing these things and have done them and have had success, and I'm just trying to learn more about the things that are going to help me make money by helping making other people money. And that's one of the big things that I've been thinking about heavily and taking a lot of my time, like trying to now I'm consuming different types of content is kind of like one of the ways that I would say it. So yeah, but yeah, going back over here again, just like I've changed it up a little bit. There's a lot more like AI and different things, kind of like that I'm following now, and obviously I still see the other videos, but like I really just need to like I do this thing where like I get so wide in the stuff that I'm consuming, and I need to like rein it back in and like actually understand like there's I literally cannot watch everything that comes up, in like a subscription thing, and I don't want to be distracted because I need to make my content and I need to make money through the businesses and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at. The reason, another thing too, is like there's a lot of really good people on here. I would highly recommend like following them all. The one thing that I would say is this is a really important piece to my recent development. So I'm gonna shout it out here. This guy Nick Sarayev, he has like an automation channel effectively, and he's got like 50 some thousand subscribers, and he makes really good videos, and it's like educational and also like practical because he's making like a lot monthly recurring revenue off of the stuff that he does through content and through the automation stuff. But just my trajectory with watching his content and some other content creators, like he has a main channel, but then he also has this Nick Sarayev Daily Updates channel, which is actually like better in a lot of ways because like if you're thinking about like not just the technical skill, but also the actual business application of things, this is where he kind of goes into that. So I put up a poll recently, like I'd like to do something like this. I'm not sure if I want to do them as daily live streams where they're just short and sweet, or actually do like a whole different channel. I'm kind of mixed on that. I don't really like doing like the idea of doing another channel. Um, I think there's pros and cons and there's probably no right way, but that's just kind of the mentality I have. I'd rather just keep it all on my name and just kind of talk about whatever the hell I want, kind of because it is all relative and are relevant. But yeah. So anyway, point is that Nick has taught me things, so I wanted to shout that out because I think this is also a good strategy that other people could learn from. And I did actually have a recorded interview with him, like a chat. And it's another good thing to kind of talk about. This isn't fully formulated, and I'm happy to hear feedback because I want to do things that people actually want to watch. But I have this idea where I have all these people now that I know that have followings, or they're doing things and they have an audience of people that they are impacting. And then I'm like one of their followers, or I've learned from them or whatever. Or maybe it's kind of vice versa too, in a way, it depends. But the idea is having those types of like interview style conversations where you have two minds or more, I guess, but like mainly two minds, like thinking and moving towards things. And, more so it would be me like kind of like asking questions a little bit, but it's like more of just a conversation. Obviously, everyone and their mom has tried this kind of like Joe Rogan style podcast where you're just like chatting with somebody. But and the reason it works for Joe Rogan is because he gets people that everyone knows. But I've actually tried this in the past. It was a podcast called Fueled by Progress, and love the name. Trademarked that name, and I don't think I'm gonna re. I don't think I'm gonna like rebirth that name and that show specifically. But I just think that every time I have conversations with people about whether it's business or technology or just like kind of like psychology, how it all plays into that, I just really enjoy those conversations. And I know that people could get a lot of value out of them. I'm struggling with how to package and market that. But at minimum, I'm going to be sitting down and recording with people because one, I just started using Riverside, and Riverside's fucking an amazing tool. And it's just like makes it so easy. You literally record the thing and then you click a button to make it smart scenes and it flips back and forth like it's a producer. It's amazing. So Riverside's amazing for for those types of things. So I've recorded two so far. One with Nick Sarayev and I'll spoil it. One with Matt Medeiros, and I have but the way this started, the way this all started happening was I made a laundry list, like a big list, and I tweet about everything. I guess I tweet about that too, where let me see where that's at. There it is, right here. And I was like, okay, so is it time for me to start a conversation style podcast, or maybe just do more interviews on the channel? So I have a Notion thing that's like 30 people long, 32 people long here, of people that I would like to chat with. Now, again, they're like all different. They're not really like all different walks of life. Like most of them obviously are like content creators or like entrepreneurs or whatever. But it's not like I left this part in here, and I don't know if anybody read this. Um, these are people that I find interesting, and I want to have a recorded yet raw and authentic conversation with. Some of them I find inspiring. Some of them I find intriguing. I want to ask questions. These people have some level of business success mindset that I find fascinating and where I can learn from. They also have some level of personal brand, either by design or osmosis. These people are not strictly technicians. They might have been at one time and might still be to a degree, but they're above like a 7 on the technician entrepreneur spectrum. So that's like a kind of a key part there. I feel like to this point, I am very technical naturally, but that's actually comes at a detriment because I could, and again, I would say like think about this for yourself. I'm using myself as an example. It's really good to be a technician, but it can only get you so far, I feel like, in business, so to speak. Because at some point you need to realize, like, okay, this is a technical skill, but if I want to like grow out of that technical piece, then I need to like learn how to run a business. And I'm not saying that I do. Okay. I'm saying that I'm in the effort of doing that and trying. And really just selling more really is like the main thing. Just asking, making the ask, asking for money, that type of thing. And providing value for that in exchange. So yeah, that's really where I'm at, and I just have to have more conversations with those people because I think that those conversations could be great. I feel like the one thing I am really good at is like asking questions and kind of being inquisitive and asking questions that maybe other people don't ask, and I think a lot of times they end up being productive. So that's just something that I've always loved to do, even when I was just interviewing random people in my life. Back when I didn't really know anybody, of like, that had followings or like was like teaching, so to speak. It was literally that's what that podcast used to be. And it was great conversations. I learned a lot from those people. I learned a lot about myself and how I could, you know, um, just again ask those types of questions and have those good conversations. So that's what I want to do. I don't know what that's going to formulate to. I think it's probably most likely going to be beneficial just make it on this channel and just have it as a podcast with like a playlist, and YouTube does some interesting stuff. Obviously it'll be on every other platform too with podcasting. But it's not going to be like a technical demo showing shit on the screen. It's going to be like a sit down conversational that a lot of people are, I feel like, accustomed to now with the way that the podcast scene has evolved. So that is my thought there on all of that. We got some comments here. Brendan says Nick's channel is great. Thank you for telling me. Hell yeah, bro. And you guys should follow Brendan if you're not already. Probably most of you are, but automation king right there. Create solutions that Great number of people will need. We are a small bubble. Ignore the bubble. Focus on the market. I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I think that if we're talking about like AI and just everything in general, I think that there's a ton of, like I said, there's a ton of bullshit out there. Like there's a fuck ton of bullshit on YouTube where you watch it, and I should just like make a live stream where I just like go through my posts on X and just talk about the shit that I post on here, because I talk about I've tried to like level it up a little bit. There's a couple pieces in here. This is one that I'm kind of talking about that's kind of like on the same realm. This video right here, where this video right here, it's a 1 minute video that somebody sent to me. And I was like, watch this 1 minute video and tell me what your immediate thoughts. I didn't get the feedback that I was really like thinking I was going to get here, but this guy basically just says he's on a cold call and he just tells somebody like, hey, I got a website for you, hit me up. And like, don't like I'm not going to show it to you, like get on a call with me. Now that wasn't exactly what I was like, my problem with it was. In here he says, it's this guy is interesting because he has like a bunch of videos where he's like, I'm gonna make $100,000 a month in 6 months, and like I don't have problems with people telling me how much money they're making. I really don't. I actually enjoy that in some degree when they're not being like a braggadocious asshole. They're just like being matter of fact. It's another thing that I'm thinking about in my personal strategy, because I haven't really I don't feel like I've achieved what I've needed to achieve. Another tweet, or whatever post that I put on here somewhere is something just like that. Um, yeah, I've come to the conclusion that I'm absolutely not sharing enough of my wins and achievements. Everyone else is, and it seemingly builds a ton of authority, no matter how big or small it is. That's the thing, is like, you just need to tell people like what you're doing, and and like what you've achieved. Now, again, some people are going to find that to be like you being a braggadocious asshole. Like it is what it is. But the people that actually want to move forward and make more money or have more success or build more things, they're going to appreciate that. And I don't know. It's just I've seen it work for a lot of other people, and it's just something that I would like to do. So I'd like to achieve some shit, more shit, I guess, than I have, and then fucking explain how I did that. And that's kind of effectively the merry-go-round as far as that goes. Because there's a lot of things out there that I just like. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I literally think about this every single time I watch a video now. It's like I could just be making something rather than like watching this content. I feel like we are, to go back to the bubble content, or the bubble comment, is like we are in a bubble. We are absolutely know so much more from a technical standpoint than the average person. And honestly, like if you're really in this every day and you go over to your computer, you walk over there, you turn it on, and you actually just like learn stuff and do things, you are so much better than so many people. Like like, not that you're better than, but you're like so much more knowledgeable, and you have so much more wisdom and technical experience than like so many other people, just because you're trying stuff. I often forget that I really probably could I could probably this is a little bit of hyperbole, but for the sake of the example, I could probably never watch a YouTube video ever again and just focus on doing shit and making mistakes and learning from them and be totally fine. I mean, fuck, that's literally what people did before YouTube, I feel like. I mean, maybe they read books and shit, but they had to do. I think we're in this problem now where there's so many people, myself included sometimes, that are consuming and learning too much. And there's another guy, if you saw him in the subscriptions, his name's Dan Coey, and he's pretty good with some of this stuff. His main product is like Cortex, I believe, which is like a Notion on steroids. But he's interesting. A lot of heady topics. There's not like too many like super technical pieces to him. But I dropped his link in the chat if you guys are interested and you haven't heard of him. But anyway, so that's kind of like the high level there. I'm trying to think of all these. I kind of got off track on some of my notes here, but I wanted to kind of like give you guys a lot of things. So we talked about the podcast interviews. I do want to talk about CloudFest, obviously, just because that's where I'm headed. But yeah, just, I mean, again, like a lot of things just going through my mind. And when I don't stream, when I miss a week of streaming, there's a lot of things that I need to head back into. Also, I've been having some really good chats with other YouTubers. There's a mastermind that I'm in that I've gone to a couple times now. That's really really awesome. And this concept of, again, same thing. Getting attention, building a community of your followers, and then like deeper communities, and just like trying to monetize on the content side. It's crazy. Like, there's it's basically like selling websites, honestly. It's like selling websites is you're selling to a business to make them more money, get them more professional, reputation, what have you, on digital realm. Really, the content game is the same type of thing. You're selling brand sponsorships or like, those types of deals to people because they want better reputation by, you talking about their product candidly. Because I hope you guys have appreciated that the ones that I've put out so far. I just put out one on. Let's see if I can go to my channel and stop. Okay, that video isn't playing. That's awesome. Okay, so if we go over here, like there were a couple of videos here recently that I put out. So the Bitflows one, I hope you guys are appreciating the level of honesty in these things. Like, again, like that's a sponsored video that I was paid to make, but I didn't feel like I shilled anything. Like, obviously there's an affiliate link and stuff. Like, use it, don't use it, I don't give a shit. Um, but like when I walk into these videos and these opportunities, I'm literally like, how can I make this a win-win-win? A win for me, a win for the company, and a win for my audience, the people that watch it, right? Whether it's subscribers or just people that come across it, I want to be as authentic and as transparent as possible. So with that one, for Bitflows as an example, it was a win for me because I was compensated. It was a win for the company because they got another video made, and I feel like I was really transparent in a lot of that. I said the things I liked. I said the things where they could improve, and then the audience wins because I did that as well. They were able to kind of see all that. The other thing that I like to layer in with some of this content as much as I can in these deals, as I try to continue to think about them and work with these different like brands, whether it's WordPress stuff or other stuff, is kind of something like I did with Better Links. Like that was one that I saw an opportunity. I used the product. I wanted to just like see what the pro version was like. So we struck up a deal there. And that one's even a bigger win, I feel like, for the audience because I was able to get a discount code for that. And I'm trying to do that more, like a discount code to share with the audience and everything. So that's my content strategy. I don't know if you guys asked for that inside baseball there, but that's what I'm trying to do because I want to, again, continue to make it like a win-win-win, and I want to try to continue to make those types of videos. But at the same time, I struggle with this literally every single day. I want to make more videos, but I don't just want to make like technical things. So I have no idea where this channel is going to go. I feel like it's going to continue to be that, but I would like to make more, candid, direct talking head type content, almost like with these ones here, where I'm just like voicing my thoughts. I think people appreciate that. And I think that's going to contribute to some more kind of like growth and just general reputation building. But I will say to you guys as well, and I'd love to do this. I'd love to do this more often. I guess I could just go like right here, right? I mean, I'll just show you again. I have no problem showing you like the inside baseball here. Like, again, go back to real quick to Nick Sarive, that daily updates thing. This is literally what he does. He goes in here and he shows like analytics. He shows like the comments and he just scrolls through them and answers questions. If I got more comments, I would absolutely do that. But my point here is like, I wanted to show you just some quick stats here for specifically analytics of this, because this is something of interest to you guys. Maybe it isn't, but this right here is very interesting. Obviously, you could look at the other stuff. We could talk about that if you have questions. But this fucking video about this client portal has it's always at the top. Like I actually hate this video because I know it's so bad because like all the stuff that's in here, it's just like amalgamation of shit. And like I would never build a portal like that anymore, but people are so interested in that portal content. And like I want to make more content, like more portal content, but I don't know if those people are even going to care about the way that I would build it now, because I wouldn't build it like that anymore. And yeah, it's just a problem. It's a weird situation. And then, again, it's just I know we're getting into the weeds here. We don't have to keep doing this, but my point is like this is the shit that I look at. I'm just like, I guess I just need to continue to make more videos and continue to see what happens. A smart person would probably make a bunch of client portal content. I asked the audience here, and they did kind of give me a little bit of feedback on that. But my thing is like, again, I don't know what we want to build with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I guess I need to ask more questions, but I don't want to build a client portal with Elementor. That's not what I want to do. Um, so it's just a weird spot. There's a lot of things here with all of this. So yeah, yeah. Adam says it's great strategy. What's up, brother? Thank you so much. We'll see you in Germany, sir. And speaking of that, we should talk about CloudFest because it's been, I don't even know how long since I started this stream, and haven't talked about CloudFest that heavily yet. So here's the thing. I'm going to CloudFest. There's a lot of interesting shit going on. I'm going to CloudFest. I'm leaving. Today is Wednesday, the 12th. I'm leaving tomorrow, Thursday, the 13th. I'm flying out of Pittsburgh round 2. I'm going to Newark, and then I'm going over to Munich, landing in Munich at like 6 or 7 a.m. Like Munich time, like Germany time. So it's gonna be like 1 a.m. for me. I'm gonna have to force myself to stay up, I think is what the people say to do. I'm gonna meet up with the grade team. They have been very generous. This trip has pretty much been like mostly like fully compensated all the way around because I'm also a media partner for the hackathon and CloudFest. So if there was some if there was some advice I could give to you guys, there is, again, it's try to provide some value and then try to make the ask to get involved. And then when you're providing value, do not forget to try to make sure you get compensated as well for doing so. We could talk more about that. That's something that I'm passionate about because I'm constantly learning that literally every single day. Every single conversation now is kind of like in that mindset of like, how can we exchange value? Because I don't like, whether it's in web design or whether it's in, content or whatever. I think that relationships, business relationships where both parties are happy is the way you want to be. You don't ever want to build resentment for whatever reason, and money causes a lot of resentment. So if you're more open and transparent about that, then the deliverables on both sides, then I think you're better off every single time. So I say all that to say that, I'm a media partner for CloudFest Hackathon, and then I'm a media partner for CloudFest as well. And so I'm getting out there, to just give you the kind of high level again. I'm getting out there on Friday in Munich, and then I'm spending the day with the grade team. And then on Saturday morning, we're driving over to Roost, is apparently how you pronounce it, not Rust. Roost, Europa-Park. And that's like, I think it's like 4-hour drive. So we're driving down to there. And then, then the hackathon starts. Now, there's 2 websites for this. I will drop these things in the chat here. Scrolling down. Where the hell is the hackathon? Here we go. Let's go here. And let's go here. So there's 2 things. There's the hackathon, and then there's the regular CloudFest. There's also CloudFest US, which I believe takes place in November in Miami, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm interested in that, but that is in November. So we got a lot of stuff happening until then. We still got to go to press conf. We still got to go to a lot of stuff. So anyway, back to CloudFest here. The hackathon is the first couple of days. That's why I'm going there like over the weekend. That's during the weekend. And that's going to be really interesting. There's a lot of cool projects and stuff going on. My buddy Christian Taylor interviewed people. There's if you go to CloudFest's YouTube channel, there's a lot of interviews on there for the projects and stuff like that going on. So I'm kind of covering that. I don't have my thing right now, but I purchased, actually I'll grab it. Hang on. It's right here. So I got this cool little thing here. Well, actually this is the mics. So I got these little mics from DJI. I got these little guys here. I got, I am a content creator. There's the whole, little Osmo thing that everyone told me to pick up. So there's a lot of shit going on. These things, my plan here is to deliver you guys some level of content, also deliver some content to CloudFest. But like, I want to like build kind of almost like a little bit of a mini vlog for coming back or something. I'll travel through like the airport, through the conference area, through all that sort of stuff with this little handheld DJI pocket thing. And then, kind of just document my experience, hopefully make some good connections out there, and hopefully it'll be great. Hopefully I can bring back more connections, more content, more stuff for you guys because that would be dope. And yeah, just experience Germany a little bit. Again, I'm not really much of a traveler, but I've been kind of like forced into this life, uh, much to the chagrin of my wife because she's not super happy that I'm leaving for extended periods of time. But we got to do what we got to do. So yeah, we'll go over more of the CloudFest stuff. Let me see a couple comments here. Um, Steve said, "Brother, this is from my heart. You do a bang up job on these videos, and honestly, your videos have helped me stay motivated. And I have been building websites, WordPress sites, full time since 2012. Steve, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Grab a German phone book if you can. I'm not sure that will be easy, and search my name. Okay, we'll do. We'll do. Speaking of phone stuff too, is I had to get a Verizon international plan for this trip. I'm hoping that works because I think it's like $100 a month just for that part. Yeah. Adam's got the same mic. Sick. Rob says Germany is cool. I went to go see Hitler's Eagle's Nest toward the German command bunker there. Interesting. I don't know where I'm not a history buff. I completely defer to Brendan O'Connell for all things history. And yeah, so I mean I know obviously like the big events and like big stuff like that, but like I don't know like if I'm in Germany, if I'm in Munich, like I don't know where to go to do what or whatever. I've also heard that you apparently in certain places you have to pay to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna have to make sure I have some euros on me apparently. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna completely be reliant on the locals and the grade team and everyone else there who has been to, especially Europa-Park too, where it's actually happening. I think it's a really interesting thing. If we head back over here for a second, there is. I don't know if any of you guys are going. I know a couple of you obviously are, but like if any of you guys ever get the chance or want to go, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is an every year thing. I don't know if it's here every year. I want to say it's at least been here for a few times, but I mean, it's literally a big conference hall. It's like a whole amusement park that you go into, and I think there's a conference center like there, and then all sorts of stuff. So I'm excited. I'm not really excited to sit in economy for 8 hours. You know, at some point we just gotta, I don't know, just shut up and just fucking buy the first class for like $2,000 extra. But that's or get somebody else to buy it for it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is for now. I should have. You know what I should have done here? Maybe I'll do it in this vlog thing that I'm hoping that I can create. But I got shit sitting over here on this extra desk in this room, and I'm like all the stuff that I bought. I bought this neck thing where you can like lay like this, and it's like called like a turtle like pillow thing, so you could lay like this. I got this inflatable thing that you put on the tray table, and you can like lay down in it, like just lay your head down on it. I'm really hoping that my experience with these flights is not as uh the ones to Portland last year weren't too bad, but my body doesn't like flying. Like my doesn't really I don't it's not that I don't like roller coasters. It's like I don't like when I'm not in control of the thing. Like I like driving perfectly fine. Passenger seat okay, back seat not good. Like when I'm not in control of what's happening, like the movement, then it's just my body's just like what the hell's going on. So like the inner ear type thing I feel like is kind of weird. I remember going the 10-hour flight to Italy from Charlotte, North Carolina. Is it North Carolina? I think it's North Carolina. Like, so many years ago, like it was just the worst experience ever. I couldn't sleep. My ears hurt. It was just rough. I have since taken a lot of extra step. There's these things called ear planes that you can put in that change like the pressure and stuff. So yeah, it's manageable, but it's still not great. I just dislike the whole flying experience still because I haven't done it enough, at the frequency that I need to. But is what it is. We're gonna do it, and it's gonna be hopefully fine. So yeah. But all that said, we got CloudFest. If you go to the CloudFest website and you go to either one of these things, you go media partners, and we are here. This beautiful little logo that I made one afternoon. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's good enough for not being a designer, right here. And yeah, so I think that I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have the opportunity for this one, for the hackathon and the main event. I think there's going to be some cool things going on, especially during the week. The hackathon's going to be dope. And then once we get into like Monday, I think that's agency and WordPress day. I think it says it somewhere, but there should be some interesting things going on there. I know there's going to be like an area for WordPress people specifically, but there's also like a lot of other things going on. This is why I'm kind of excited. I feel like we can kind of go a little deeper than just WordPress stuff. We can go a little wider with some of the things like hosting and all that sort of stuff. I mean, there's like you're looking at the sponsors here. There's like Intel and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, just kind of interesting. But okay, so media partner talked about kind of like the flights and the travel and everything. And then I'll be coming back. I'm going back with the grade team Thursday, staying the night in Munich, and then getting back on the following Friday around like midnight Eastern. And this is going to be fun, which is not related to this whatsoever. I have a deck hockey tournament that I signed up for the following day at like 8, 9, 10 a.m. or something. So will I go do that? I don't know. You're going to have to follow me on like X and Facebook or whatever to see if I end up doing that. So that'll be crazy if I end up doing that. But yeah. The one part I forgot to mention too is Maddie Eastwood, the host of Bridge Builders, lives out in Germany, if you guys didn't know that. And he is going to be there from Sunday to Monday. I think he's staying. And we might get to meet in person. Maybe we'll at least take a picture together. Maybe some quick videos or something like that. But yeah, that part of this is super cool. The part of it's super cool where you get to like go around the world and kind of like, meet people that you wouldn't otherwise meet and you just see on a screen. So there's a lot of people that I'm gonna meet in person for the first time. So that's gonna be dope. And yeah, I'm extremely grateful for these opportunities. I can't thank you guys enough for actually watching the stuff and liking, subscribing, and all that sort of stuff because it does mean a lot to me. This is what I really enjoy doing. I enjoy we should talk about some agency stuff because I do think that's actually valuable for you guys because just like some of the things that I've kind of came through recently. But I do enjoy that stuff. I enjoy providing the value, but I just think that I'm kind of almost a natural at this part of this where we can just have a chat or I can try to educate or just provide some insights. And I want to continue to go this route. I made a mistake last year. It wasn't a mistake, but it was like I made a miscalculation of saying, like Brendan will tell you, like I told him 40 times, like I'm done doing client work. I'm done doing all this shit. That's a stupid thing to say because it's like a viable business model and a viable opportunity to generate revenue and to learn more and to just become wiser and connections, all that sort of stuff. Very stupid for me to say that. And yeah, it was just a mistake to say that and a mistake to think that way. I was like, oh, I could just do this full time. I could, but it's just not. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's not the time to do that. I haven't for so many reasons. One, there's still way more meat on the bone in the agency stuff that I have going on. There's way more meat on the bone now because I have more skills and I'm just like, fuck it, I can do these things. I'm gonna do them and I'm gonna offer them. The other thing is like I haven't really achieved that much. Like I think my best month ever. My typical month at this point is like 3K a month, like in recurring revenue. Not good. And then and obviously there's like spikes and stuff like that, but like it's not good. And like and I want to create something there where it's like, hey, I got to, like I don't know, 50K a month or something like that. I'm not flexing. I'm just saying like this is what I did to get there. I'm telling you because this is providing social proof that I got there and I will show you the fucking numbers if you want to see them. And then this is what I did. Now, if this number aligns with what you want, then okay, great. Let's go that route. Let me show you how I got there. And again, it might not be right for you. It might not be, but maybe you can take something from that. That's just the way that I think about it. It's like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like that's from everyone that I see successful and aren't a piece of shit, for lack of a better term. Every educator that I see that is successful that isn't like a guru type shit is just transparent, honest, and they just want to help you. You know what I mean? There's always a level of I don't want to use the term like narcissism, but there's always a level of like liking and enjoying hearing yourself talk for sure. I definitely do. And I know other people do as well. But when you when you're actually providing value, like you have to have a little bit of that, or else no, you wouldn't educate people. You wouldn't be out there. You wouldn't be talking. You wouldn't be trying to do those types of things. So we're all over the place here with this, but that's kind of the way that I think about that, because I think it's important to kind of like take a step back sometimes and actually see what the whole landscape of this economy that we're in right now, between like attention, education, and then also, creating for yourself, whether that's content or a business or just, driving revenue with whatever you're doing. So yeah, yeah, just a lot there. I think we got some comments over here. Let's flip back over here for a second. Talking about the Eagle's Nest. Oh, went to Germany just to see the Eagle's Nest. Gotcha. Okay. Week earlier, I'd been inside the Middle Pyramid in Egypt. Damn, Rob, you get around, my boy. Nice. Same place every year. This will be the 21st year. Holy shit, I didn't know that. Thank you, Adam. 21st year. Damn. Just grab the airline points and use them for the next trip. Upgrade to business class. That is genius. The weird thing, real quick about this, just if you guys want the inside baseball, because I have no idea what I'm talking about here. It's very weird when you have you wouldn't believe, like maybe you look at something like this and you're like, oh, somebody's paying you to go somewhere, paying for you to go somewhere. That's awesome. Well, the problem is, though, is that especially with international events and things like that or whatever, you would not believe how like I'm sure there's a way to do this. I'm not the fucking first person, obviously. Like, but I'm sure there's a way to do this and make that process better. But you would not believe like the logistics that have to go on there, right? Like, just think about like talking to somebody and being like, oh, I fly out from here. I like this seat. I want that. Like, it's like a first world problem type situation, but it's really like it's. I think of it as like this is like a weird, like almost like inconvenience that probably shouldn't be an inconvenience. There's got to be a better system for that. Um, Again, it's not the end of the world. It's just something that comes to mind there, because like you mentioned the airline points. It's like some like who's booking it. I actually didn't even realize that you could book something for somebody else. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Like I could book flight travel for somebody else. That's kind of like a weird. That's a weird thing. It's like, is there no security type situation problems with that? But I don't know. Just a funny thing that I'm learning there. Rob said my wife stopped teaching photography classes, but realized it was those interactions that made her a better educator online. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, is you gotta do it. I feel like you gotta do it regularly. I mean, even today, like I've been live, the past few days or whatever, but I haven't been on this channel, just me, in like 2 weeks. And I was like, I want to do it, and I'm jumping into it. And once you start it, it's good. But it's you have to be consistent. I feel like with these, I try to be consistent with the videos. I'm not as consistent with the videos as I am with the live content. It's unfortunate that the live content doesn't really get the same effect on YouTube that the videos do. But it is what it is. But yeah, that's a great point there, that you got to keep going. You got to keep doing this stuff consistently to have that similar of an effect there. As far as other things here, let me go back to CloudFest and just kind of wrap up with that piece of this. And then we can talk about some agency stuff. I'm excited for CloudFest. I've never obviously been there. Like I said, the hackathon should be great. The actual event, I think, is going to be great. I have one meeting scheduled. Little perplexed. Didn't get many actual meetings booked. Like I remember when I went to WordCamp, there was a ton. I don't know if I'm just not the flavor of the week. That's totally fine. Also, I think there's a ton of random people going to CloudFest. Like it's not just like WordPress related. So, but that's one thing that I was thinking of there. I shot out the meeting link, and I should probably do that again or something. But would love to chat with people there. Would love to make some connections, do some deals, stuff like that. The content thought is I'm going to take that little camera and I'm going to try to like vlog a little bit throughout. I do want to create some level of a vlog type thing when I come back, just kind of going over it. It's funny. I made a beautiful thumbnail for let me see if I can pull it up here. I made a beautiful thumbnail for this stream, and I was like, I can't use that. I mean, I thought it was beautiful. I'm not a designer, but I'll show you guys these. I'll show you guys these thumbnails real quick. Hang on a second. Let me get rid of just to make this easier to show. I don't know if you guys are gonna find this funny or not. I find the things that I do like quite hilarious sometimes. So let me go back over here. Okay, cool. So I just use Canva just to throw these thumbnails together. But so like this is the one, it's shit, whatever. But but I had this one, like the actual German flag back there. Maybe I should have used that one. I don't know. It's hard to see, hard to read, kind of burns the eyes a little bit. It's very, very in your face. Um, this one, I was looking at this one. I was like, that's an interesting one. That's a picture from like the CloudFest website. And then down here, I was like, that I really like that for some reason. But the trouble is, I feel like it makes it look like I'm live from there. So I don't know, small funny thing, but yeah, I was thinking, well, fuck, maybe I should do a live stream from there with like a thumbnail like this, and maybe I will. But I don't know the concept of like doing a live stream at an event like that. I have no idea what that would kind of entail. Obviously, I could do it from my phone. I'm not really planning on bringing the camera. I'm planning on bringing that little one, but that's not really for that. So I don't know. Just another random thing that I was thinking about there because that would be kind of cool. I am probably going to film. Like I said, I'm going to film content, but I'm also going to film. I think some level of podcast type content, or like that we could release later. I think Christian Taylor and I were talking about some of that, and maybe some other creators and stuff. So yeah, excited to be a media partner. Very blessed and just appreciative that's happened, and we're gonna be headed out there. I don't really have too much else to say about it. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I kind of know what to expect, but I don't have no idea what's actually gonna happen. And I think that it'll be a great experience, and I'll try to share it as much as possible with you guys as we go through it and come back. Um, yeah. Other than that, I think that we'll just have to wait and see how it goes, CloudFest and everything like that. I do want to talk about the next thing I want to talk about here is I want to talk about our agency situation. I want to talk about the some things that I have learned, some things that I have talked about, all sorts of stuff. So let me go and pull up. Go to my YouTube channel. I know you can't see it right now. Hang on. Um, okay. So let's talk about this. So if we head over here to Square again, cool. All right. So here, so a couple of videos in the past, right? I think it was this one specifically, the echo chamber one, where I had a conversation and then I was like, I need to talk about this. And it was basically like, the conversation was basically like effectively like, what do they actually want? What do they actually think? You can watch the video or whatever. But I had that conversation it was like, it was one of those situations where I'm having a conversation about an experience and multiple experiences that I've had in the past. And it was a kind of like, based on a true story almost type thing, but it was like, an anecdote in a sense. And anyway, the long story short is I will refrain from using like actual like names and stuff. But I'm just going to tell you the the story of what happened. Again, watch that video, know that like pitched something to a client, to a prospect. They were like, "We understand that you're great at what you do, but we want to spend less money and, whatever." So they rolled the dice on some other place. And then 3 weeks later, I reached out and I was like, I saw the website still wasn't live, and I reached out and I was like, "Hey, just want to make sure you guys are taken care of. I saw the website wasn't up. Just want to make sure you're good." They said, yeah, they got back to us on the mock-ups. They look good and everything like that. Here they are. What do you think? And I was like, yeah, they look good, or they look, interesting, whatever. And they're like, oh, what do you mean? Like, you can tell us for sure. Like, we're not gonna be offended. And I gave them a big long list. So again, this is like follow-up due diligence that I never do. Okay. I have notoriously been a bad salesperson. Okay. Like I'm happy to admit it. But in this case, I genuinely want these people, and moving forward in general, I want clients to have some success. I mean, they're starting new businesses, whatever. So I'm like, well, I'll give you this. I gave them like a few paragraphs of like what I think about it, and from what I saw, just the initial mock-ups and everything, and they were appreciative, and that was great. No more than 2 days later, another email back, and it's like super unsurprising. The final product is shit. So, um, I say that to say that I haven't had too many of those things actually happen. Okay. This is another theme throughout my channel, throughout my professional career, and all that sort of shit. People say XYZ happens, or XYZ is trash, or XYZ is whatever. And then I like hear them, and I'm like, okay, that is kind of like my opinion. That's my secondhand opinion. It's not my firsthand because I don't have firsthand opinion of whatever. People always say like, hey, there's people out there, making shitty websites and charging people for them and all this stuff and just like kind of like zipping through and whatever and then delivering a bad product. And I've never done that. So like I've never had a client be mad about anything that I produce. So it's like I know that it's probably out there, but I don't have any firsthand experience. This was the first time that I had real firsthand experience of somebody being like, yeah, this is terrible experience that we had with somebody. I mean, there was one other time, but it wasn't direct. It was just like a past story. But this is the one time where I was like literally next to them, basically, as they got this, in a way, and they were like, "Yeah, this is terrible. We need to work with you." And I'm like, "That's fantastic." So I did again, budget wise, like I did have to lower the price and lower the scope together. We don't just like do work for less money. We do less work for less money. So that worked out, and I ended up building the website that they wanted in kind of like a short amount of time. And we're still going through some things. But my point is that this isn't. Maybe you guys have already experienced this many times, and this is just me kind of like catching up. But my point is that um, I provided. I normally do this, but in this case specifically, I provided a ton of value upfront, I feel like, and candid advice of like, hey, I think these are some things that you should consider. If budget is a problem, I get that. Okay, if you need to go over there, fine, but make sure that you do like this, and this, or think about these types of things. And then luckily in this case, they remembered that, and I also did follow up, and then they were like, yeah, we actually need to go use you instead because this is not, we can't use this. Like this isn't something that we should put in front of our clients potentially with the other place. So, yeah, it was just an interesting experience and an interesting piece of, it was a good learning experience. It's like, if you want people to do business with you, you have to make sure that you sell them with value, be transparent, be whatever, and then also do your due diligence and follow up because it didn't really take me any extra time or energy to just check the website and then, give some feedback based off of what I saw in those mock-ups. Some of you might be like, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, I totally feel that because I don't necessarily want to do that either. But a related concept here is I've been having some conversations with a buddy of mine and, this concept of like giving people free time is I've always been like super concerned about that, but I feel like I'm getting to the point now where if I'm giving people free content and free value, it's almost like such a good faith and goodwill gesture that I do think a lot of times, in more times than not, you're going to get some sort of a reward for that. You can't get taken advantage of. You got to be tough there. But like that's just something that I'm trying to remember more because it seemed like it's helped me in a lot of different circumstances. So yeah, just a lot of high level thoughts there. But again, that video sparked that, and then we fast forward, about like a month or so now, and there's just I wouldn't have thought it was going to end up like this. I didn't think I was going to end up getting potentially more work from that situation. Um, I mean, the video was in response to the thing. You know what I mean? Like, video didn't result in the work, but the thought process, the due diligence, the follow up, actually caring about like the sale and caring about the clients heavier, that that kind of did it. So I think that that's a big thing that I'm just learning about, like kind of agency life and all that sort of stuff. And then the last part there too is that also translate. The reason I know it's sales and it's those types of skills is because it translates directly over to the brand sponsorship thing as well for the content, because I've deployed very similar strategy over the last like three brands that I've worked with and am like currently working with on deals, because it's like either I'm reaching out or they're reaching out or whatever, and I'm just like, we're negotiating, so I'm learning about like negotiating there, and I'm also learning about like, again, just the value exchange in general, and kind of just getting better at that. So yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot more to learn for sure, and a lot more to kind of teach as well. What I'm also trying to do is, I don't think I talked about this earlier heavily, but the concept of that community thing, I put that poll up. Pretty much nobody wanted the community, which is fine. I don't really blame you. But I'm trying to understand. Um, I'm trying to understand this game right here, right? So I wanted to film a video about asking if people wanted a community, and we had I don't know what YouTube does with this shit. The CSS is messed up here. I think there's like 40 votes, and most of them said not good, which is fine. But my point is I'm trying to think from feedback like this, why? You know what I mean? Like, what do I need to do? How much value do I need to provide? What type of value do I need to provide in order for people to be to 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 latch on to my content and my, for lack of a better term, like my personal brand, to get people to want to, be a part of a paid community or be a part of a, buy something or whatever. And I mean, obviously there's a ton of good examples out there that I'm learning from every single day on, other people doing this. But my that's kind of my thought process is, it seems like everybody has some sort of a, course, paid community, that type of thing. Just another good way to generate revenue and all that sort of stuff. And again, I think I need to do a little bit more agency work and continue to refine that and make an offer to people that want to continue to do those types of things as well. But yeah, that's just something that I'm kind of thinking of. I could definitely, by the way, do this every single day. Like, there's no shot that I could not do a daily update live stream every single day. I'm really considering it. I just don't know the timing of when that would happen. And also, it wouldn't be an hour, but I just don't want to do another. I just don't want to do videos. I don't really want to do videos. I don't really want to put them on another channel. I kind of do, I kind of don't. I'm big on the branding part. Like, my name is Mark J. Szymanski everywhere. I don't want to make another channel and do some other shit. And then like this channel is like different. Like, I don't really want to do that. It would be cool to see who like my true fans are, so to speak. Cause like you could build that audience up over there, but I don't think we're there for that yet. I think if I was going to do some updates, I would just do them here. But yeah, just a lot of random thoughts. I appreciate you guys listening here today. Um, again, the client portal thing, this is kind of split, right? So it's like, I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to always just get better and share that with you guys and what I'm doing, what I'm learning. And, yeah, hopefully you get something from it. If you do, fantastic. Awesome. If you don't, I apologize. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I am excited and ready to move forward with or jump on a plane tomorrow, I guess, and head out there. It's going to be a whirlwind of a week plus. Hopefully everything goes smoothly. Like I said, I will make sure to keep you guys updated with that and provide that content. And yeah, make sure you're following, because I'm going to be posting shit everywhere. Instagram too. I used to be an Instagram story king, like before the WordPress days. People really enjoyed that. I should jump back on that bandwagon. I just don't like have a reason for Instagram largely, but it is what it is. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate all of you. You know that. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. We're going to keep going, because either give up or you win. Those are the only two options. So we're not going to give up. So we're going to keep winning. So that's all I got. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you in the next one. See ya.